You are listening to Stribling's New York on WOR AM Radio 710 on your digital dial and iHeart Media Company. I'm joined in the studio by my producer, Tony Simone, and our guest on the phone is Michael Fox, who is the Chief Impact Officer of Earthworm. Hello, Michael.
Hello. How are you?
Good. So you have quite a curriculum vitae here. I have seen your videos of Baraki, which is a Barack Obama version of Rocky, where you put his head on Rocky Balboa from the movie, and it's pretty hilarious. And The Empire Strikes Barack. And also downloaded your app, which helped me drop a grand piano on Donald Trump. So that being said, how do you encapsulate who you are and what you do?
Okay, well, I would encapsulate it by saying what I do is run a company called Earthworks. And
did I say Earthworm? Jeez. There I go. Okay.
You said Earthworm, and
Did I say Earthworm? I can't read my own writing. Well, my Earthworks. Earthworks. It's my Yiddish accent.
Maybe we've misnamed the company, and we should have called it Earthworm because it sounded so
Earthworm,
good.
It digs deep and does its due diligence. Okay, so Earthworks.
Right. Earthworks.
I'll never live this down.
We do works for the earth. Basically, it's a digital media company, and we're creating a whole new category of entertainment that we call impact entertainment. So it's basically cool mobile entertainment, games, and apps that also generate social impact. So we raise funds, awareness, action for different causes, and the app that you're referring to is this thing called Candidate Crunch for the election, which allows you to either save your favorite candidates or drop things like pianos and safes and the Statue of Liberty and all sorts of the Liberty Bell on the candidates.
I was playing it on the subway on the way down to the studio, and I have to say that people were looking over my shoulder and asking me about it. And even though I mispronounced the name of your company or botched it, I did do my due diligence, and there's some interesting numbers in terms of how many people play video games on their handheld devices and how many people vote. I don't know if you went ahead in that direction, but it's interesting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it really is fascinating when you see, the numbers of people that are voting in the last presidential election, I believe, was 126 million, and you've got, well over 150 million people just in this country playing mobile games. So we were saying, hey, we've got that many people, and, if you're in the doctor's office, you're on the subway, wherever you may be, there's tons of people playing these games, and it's all different ages, genders, races, everything, all across the spectrum. It's not just, young boys playing these things. It's everybody. And so we said, hey, is there a way to use a game to reach, new and hard-to-reach voters with this fun, kind of crazy game? And as you said, people are looking over your shoulder. It's got really kind of fun, funny art in the game. And that's what we're already finding is the case. We just launched it just about a week and a half ago or so. And, out of the box, we have on our way to 200,000 downloads. And the really interesting thing is that over 5% of those people are actually using the voter registration tools. So I should say we partnered on this app with Rock the Vote and DoSomething.org, which are fantastic partners. Rock the Vote, obviously one of the stalwart voter registration groups. So they have powered all of the voter registration tools in the app. So not only are you playing this fun game, but you can actually use it to register online right through the app, fill out the form, you can be registered. You can find out when your deadlines are to register early voting, find out where the heck you got to go vote. There's a polling place locator, sort of everything that you would need to get ready to vote, you can do right through this app. And that's largely thanks to Rock the Vote. And then DoSomething.org is, if you're not familiar with them, they are a youth activism group, and they help young people get involved not just in the election, but all sorts of other great volunteer campaigns, and they have a 5 million millennial user base who they are just about to start promoting this app to. So It's basically an innovative way to reach people that aren't as easy to reach, particularly young people, and that's what we're finding is the majority of people who are accessing all the voter registration tools are 19 to 25. So, it's nonpartisan app, and we're finding traction, every which way in terms of people using this game to actually, go register to vote. So
so it's not the millennials I'm that worried about now. It's going to be the kids who are like 9 and 10 years old that are, when they finally come to vote, they're going to say, so now when do I get to drop the grand piano on the candidate?
Yep. Yeah.
I can save them. I could be in the Secret Service.
What Rob really meant to say is anything that will get the youth engaged to vote.
Yeah, it's really commendable what you're doing, and I think that a big problem has been the way we vote is so antiquated. We're in a digital age right now, and I don't even know if you can call our voting booths analog. It's not particularly functional.
Well, some states have electronic voting.
Not where I go. I actually I had to vote by hand because of some problems at our polling place at our at PS wherever on 96th Street. But not to complain too much about that. But it is an issue, and anything you can do to engage today's youth and get them to get excited about voting, whether it's by dropping a piano or seeing Hamilton, I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's there's obviously a lot of disaffection, if that's, I think it's a word, but you probably know what I'm saying.
It's a better word than earthworm.
Earthworm is fine as long as it's, But in any case, you grow up at this day and age, and you're looking at the political process. It's bonkers, and it certainly doesn't give you a lot of hope that we're going to be able to affect change. But this is a way to do it. And I should say, in the game, it's not just the funny game, and it's not just the all the registration tools, but we have all sorts of cool, I don't know if you got to the trivia section in there, but there's all sorts of fun trivia up from, great American leaders talking about the importance of voting. There's, really interesting facts about elections. So hopefully it actually is something that even if you're not of the voting age, it's something for kids, and we're just starting to reach out to educators too, to just learn about the whole process, because that's another thing that seems to have broken down. I mean, I'm 43, and I was, a little kid right at the bicentennial, and I remember that feeling of what it was like to feel like an American, and I don't know that it's necessarily the, make America great again feeling that we're trying to somehow go back to at least part of the people voting in this election, but there was a sense of what that meant to be an American in the best ideal sense of it, and it seems like that's something that I don't know whether it's just not part of schooling anymore or what's the deal, but we certainly seem to have lost that in so many ways, and I think it's important to try to bring it back in whatever way you can, even if it means dropping pianos and things on people in a game.
Well, I think you're doing a great job, and I really appreciate you joining us. So thanks so much for coming on the show, and hope to have you back on with your next app.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Have a great day.
You too.